everybody? Solomon Knight here.
And it's your boy Ming.
We got a special episode because I screwed up the audio on the last midweek show. My fault.
And and the Sunday live stream and the Sunday after show.
That was my fault. We need a producer.
But we definitely need a producer. But we have very good news for all of you. Kyle is officially free as fuck.
Yes. And we can say it now because it has been proven in a court of law Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. He is found
A
not
week
guilty on all 5 counts.
so less than 2 weeks ago, when I posted on Twitter that Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong and asked for an apology from Twitter themselves for banning me, I got suspended again. So I think I've been suspended 2 or 3 times for saying Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. Now they can't do shit.
Yeah, it's been proven that.
Now
He's
they
been
can't
proven
do shit
innocent
because
in court of law, judged
in
by
court of
judged by a
law,
jury of his peers. And by the way,
a
this is for
jury of his
you,
peers have judged him not guilty.
and this is for you, Mr. Rittenhouse. Crack open a cold one, and you guys might get drunk solo again.
Hat tip to you, Mr. Rittenhouse. You are free. I hope that you frickin' sue the pants off of all those idiots who tried to defame you and did defame you,
Make Sandman
and
look like a
tried to
joke.
sway tried to sway public opinion. Also, I don't know if you can do this, but if you can, you should sue MSNBC not only for defamation but also jury tampering. Fucking sue them for trying to tamper with your jury, following the jury as they were going to and from their hotel. That's not cool.
But that being said, let's get with the official thing so YouTube won't ban us. Breaking news. This is from timcast.com. They are fairly reputable. They are a fairly reputable source. Breaking news. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all charges. The jury's verdict was returned on November 19th, just after 12 p.m. Central Time. Everybody remember where
I was
they
lucky
were
enough.
when
Damn,
this
I was
happened.
sitting in my car. I was sitting in my car eating mac and cheese. I was literally on the edge of my seat. I remember because
Can't eat
I had
mac and
just started
cheese.
my lunch break. Huh?
I can't eat mac and cheese. I get disgusted whenever I eat mac and cheese because of Cardi B.
Oh God! Now you ruined mac and cheese for me. God, why did you have to do that, Solo? Oh my God. Anyway, I had just taken my lunch break. I was at work. I was on my lunch break, sitting in my car eating mac and cheese for lunch. Okay, and then I was watching the live stream, and I was on the edge of my seat. I was very nervous, and I watched as Mr. Rittenhouse broke down in tears after all the counts were read off, and all the verdicts for every single count was not guilty. I just had to praise the Lord in that moment. I was elated, to say the least.
That was something that was definitely work of God. God used this young man to judge those 3 men, and yet now he got him out of that situation. Satan wanted him, but nope, it didn't work out. The jury represented by our community on this trial has spoken. Assistant District Attorney Thomas Binger said when he addressed the judge, the ADA already said that the state would not comment after the verdict was returned. The jury deliberated for 4 days following the heated trial. Judge Schrodinger repeatedly reprimanded the prosecution for its conduct and treatment of Rittenhouse during the cross-examination. The defense at one point requested a mistrial with prejudice. Rittenhouse was 17 when he traveled to Kenosha, Wisconsin on August 25, 2020 to offer aid during riots and Blake the city following the shooting of Jacob Blake. He brought an
Oh,
AR-15.
speaking of, Jacob Blake's family had comments on this, which I think is completely irrelevant. No one should give a
Well,
no one should no one should care what Blake's family had to say about this. You know
let's go
why?
into the comments. Go ahead.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay.
But
I don't think that anyone who was not directly involved should care about this case or like Jacob Blake had nothing to do with this. There was, well, that's okay. I misspoke. I don't think that Jacob Blake has any dog in the fight, is what I'm saying. And I don't think his family has any dog in the fight. I don't think Black Lives Matter has any dog in this fight. You know why? He shot 3 white dudes.
Kyle is Hispanic too, so
Right.
they are angry that a Hispanic dude was not killed by white people. Yeah, that's the kind of clown world we're in. Wait, Now that I mentioned Clown World, this is why we need a producer.
What went wrong?
I had to refresh Clown World because that's kind of where
Oh.
we're in. I mean, I can't
Oh,
find the
yes.
meme because I didn't upload. Give me a second. I'll upload the meme in the Discord that pretty much explains what is going on with us. All right.
Oh, man.
If I can open up Discord and not Clown World.
So what I was, let me know when it's working
It's
for you.
back up.
Okay. All right. So what I will say, freaking, if you read the comments that this article talks about, and I read this article earlier today, if you read the comments made and quoted in this article, it really shows you the state of the progressive left, especially
They had nothing to do with
in
justice.
Congress.
They don't want justice.
They don't care about
They
justice. They don't care about justice.
A symbol of white supremacy. In fact, going on my personal Facebook account, just everybody I know, cousins, people I grew up with, are just saying stuff about white supremacy. And I really wanted to put this image there because, like I mentioned,
Oh,
before,
man, I haven't.
I grew up in the black
Right,
community,
right,
so
right.
this image pretty much explains everything.
See, I haven't checked Facebook today. I don't know what's been happening on Facebook today, as far as within my friends.
Angry progressives, just angry progressives.
I can imagine. Which is funny because they all expected everybody to accept and be okay with and happy with the final verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial, which is fine. I for one am okay with that verdict.
Because the verdict is, I mean, this is what I have to say. It's gonna be controversial. I say he should not have been charged on second degree. Third degree, yeah, that was third degree. Second degree,
right.
No, that was just pressure. But
right.
Let's face it, you don't kneel on a person's neck for 9 minutes while they're ODing and call it protecting and serving.
Right. And so I have a certain degree of faith in our criminal justice system, especially in the courts, as it were. But I don't understand why. I understand there's a lot of people on the right who weren't happy with the result of the Derek Chauvin trial, and that's okay. They have the right to that opinion. I'm okay with them having an opinion. I don't understand why the left wanted everyone to be okay and happy with the decision, the verdicts of the Derek Chauvin trial, and yet they are screaming and wailing and gnashing their terrible teeth at this verdict.
In fact, let's read some of it. Regardless of race or place, we all want to live in places without fear for lives of our loved ones. Today, the jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse failed to hold him accountable for his deadly actions, threatening the safety of us all. That kind of tells you something. Like,
Who was threatening? Who was threatening the lives of anyone in Kenosha on that fateful night? It wasn't Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, but that being said, it kind of reminds me of a Freedom Tunes thing. It says, "Why you need guns." In fact, let's finish the show with it. I'm going to pull it up so we can watch it after the end of the show.
Wonderful.
The Black Lives Matter protest that defined the deadly summer in Kenosha and elsewhere called accountability and justice through organizing. United so many of us to erasure of all communities. To ensure all communities see drunk solos coming out again. To ensure all communities can realize the promise of our nation's ideals, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. When a 17-year-old is able to come into from another community, by the way, that's a lie. His father lives in Kenosha. Therefore, Kyle lives in Kenosha.
Kenosha is his community. It is his community.
Brandishing an automatic weapon.
AR-15s aren't semi-automatic.
I was going to say, AR-15s aren't automatic. If your AR-15 is an automatic weapon, you did some illegal shit. You did some illegal shit, and the ATF will come after you.
So you did some illegal shit if it's automatic, but if you ask me, all gun laws are violations
you know what we
of the
say,
Second
but
Amendment.
That's already he didn't brandish an illegal weapon because it's automatic.
Right. No, because it was legal. It was legal according to state law.
Yeah. killed 2 people. Well, yeah, sure, we have that on camera. Nobody's denying that. And avoid accountability. What do you mean avoid accountability? They attacked
He went
him.
through a trial, right? Not only did they attack him, and there never should have been a trial,
He
but
still went
just
to
to
trial
be
and everything.
safe, he still went to trial, and they found him not guilty on all counts. That is the definition of justice being served.
Well,
He
you
was
see, that's not what
tried
they
in a
define
court
by
of law by a
justice.
jury of his peers. What is that? So they don't care about justice, they care about social justice, which we've discussed before. Social justice is not justice.
It's the opposite.
They
But
want equity, not equality. And they don't care about
this is
real
rich.
justice.
We must be able to walk down our streets, exercise our right to protest safely, and be treated equally
What part
under
of
the
that
law.
protest was safe?
Once
It got dark in Kenosha, there was nothing safe about it. They were burning things. They were attacking cars in the car lot. They were bashing in windows, throwing Molotov cocktails. What part of that was safe?
The previous night, in Kenosha, a man had his jaw broken.
Right. These are violent activities happening, and the police had fallen back. The governor didn't want to call the National Guard in. Well, now the governor calls the National Guard in after the verdict. We have National Guard in Wisconsin deployed. So I still think there will be riots tonight and in
Maybe not.
the
It's
nights
cold up in
following.
Wisconsin right now. But
That's true.
we know that a better future is possible. We continue activism until justice and cattle for all. That's just some of it. But let's go through the memes before we finish off this special episode. Hey kid, aren't you forgetting something? Sir? Toss AR-15. Now you're free to go. Glenn Greenwood's God Bless the USA starts playing. And this one is funny, because let's face it, he does look like TJ from Recess.
Yeah, he does.
2020. Mexican mercenary Kyle Rittenhouse asks, would I like to take a human life? I don't know. I'm only here to kill communists. It's still funny how they say Mexican mercenary to allude to the fact that Kyle's Latino.
He's Latino. He's half Latino. And there's, people never want to, they want to make it about race, but they don't want to acknowledge that fact.
Yeah, because that kind of puts a whole thing in your argument. Because think about it. A Hispanic guy takes out 3 white people trying to kill him, and you guys are saying the judge is racist for giving him a fair trial? Anyway, this is the last meme before we get to Freedom Tunes.
How could you not know?
Give me, sorry, I had King of the Hill playing in the background. I'm gonna text him. What do you expect? But that being said, last meme. Soy Boy State. Kyle the Chad.
Oh my God.
Soy Boy State, Wisconsin.
Defends actual pedos.
Doesn't know
basic guns.
Yeah, Finger did just flag up point.
He flagged the whole freaking
jury.
courtroom.
I know.
Not just the jury, but the audience.
Hey, imagine if somebody decided to do what happened on the Alec Baldwin set, and he pulled the trigger, somebody fell. Like, oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. Binger's an actual soy boy. Yeah, he does look like the soy jack coming to life. Thinks defending yourself should be illegal. Yeah, that kind of was going on right there.
Well, he done said, you lose your right to self-defense if you bring a gun. Stupid ass.
That's the entire point of the Second Amendment. Yeah, really just make the neighborhood safer. Let's face it, he did, because if a man is willing to throw his baby mama down a flight of stairs and, touch 5 boys in inappropriate ways, what makes you think he wouldn't touch his own child that way? Let's just be real here. Probably build his AR with one hand. I mean, Gage should probably have to build another one with AR. They have to build one with one hand. King of all Chads. Fuck around 100%. And find out.
Oh my God. Well, you know who fucked around and found out?
The state of Wisconsin.
The state of Wisconsin. They fucked around and found out.
ADA Binger and the District Attorney Krause, they all found out. Gage Groschus fucked around and found out. Joseph Rosenbaum fucked around and found out. Anthony Huber fucked around and found out. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, let's look exactly what their entire argument detained to, because this explains their entire argument.
Guns, less important than ever before. Are you one of those right-wing morons who spent the last 5 years telling people they need guns? Well, I bet you feel like an idiot now. You said guns would protect our freedoms, and yet guns have stripped us of our...
Oh yeah, so don't get a copyright strike. Fair warning, this was uploaded July 30th, 2020. If only this would have waited like a month later.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Yes.
surprised, I'm surprised YouTube didn't take it down retroactively in the wake of all that crap.
I know, but look what happens even
freedom
further into
to
this.
burn down your store, our freedom to invade your suburb, and most sacred of all, our freedom to
Okay, they said invade your homes, freedoms.
beat you until you stop moving.
Wow, beat you until you stop moving.
Hey,
Let's go back to this
hey.
article. Let's go back to that quote. We must be able to walk down our streets, exercise our right to protest safely, and be treated equal in the law. Otherwise,
See, you
Just
are
like
treated
war.
equally under the
Our
law.
freedom to
Everyone is
invade
treated
your
equally under
suburb.
the law.
but they don't believe it that way because it doesn't work out the way they want to, and they want to ignore when it does, when black people are treated equally under the law. Think about it.
Right,
You always remember the bad, you never remember the good.
right.
And most sacred of all, our freedom to beat you until you stop moving. Just look at how this psycho with a 30-round magazine clip oppressed this poor angry mob of mostly peaceful trespassers. A travesty! But let's move beyond the anecdotal. The CDC found that every year, up to 3 million people are stripped of their right to commit crimes by a firearm user. Whereas only 300,000 people use a firearm to protect their right to commit crimes. Even worse, only 10,000 people get to exercise their freedom to kill using a firearm each year. Is this what the founders would have wanted? But it doesn't stop there. With police departments across the nation being defunded, we were anticipating a utopian era of unmitigated freedom. But firearm owners may compromise this new American experiment.
In other words, Kenosha, the night before they attacked Kyle.
Well, Speaking of guns, I just put in the podcast
yeah,
note
we'll
a
look
tweet
at it
from...
as soon as we finish this video.
All right,
What
all right.
good is getting rid of those oppressive police if everyone has a gun to strip you of your right to rob and intimidate them? I wish I could tell you it didn't get worse, but it does. Now that the right has used their firearms to strip us of our rights to rob them, commit arson, and kill their families, they're going after our most sacred freedom of all, our freedom to be governed by angry mobs. Given that weapons like the AR-15 are used to uphold the freedom to commit murder less often than hammers or fists, it's beginning to seem as if their primary purpose is to strip away our right to intimidate strangers. High-capacity firearms exempt people from their duty to obey the mob. See, when we said you don't need a 30-round magazine, what we meant was, we need you not to have one. That is, if you want to live in a free country,
Oh,
a
God.
country where we're very, very, very free. And you're free to shut up and obey. Now, maybe you're sad that you missed out on that kind of freedom. But remember, it's never too late. So from now on, anytime you hear about a gun control proposal, just think about the peaceful protests of 2020 and how much safer your friends in the mob would have felt if you didn't have a gun. You wouldn't want us to be worried next time, would you? We'll never be able to visit your suburb to say hi if you have one of those big, scary guns. So vote for that gun control law. Make the gun lobby compromise. Push for that common sense restriction. We know we will. Gun control advocates, politely asking your permission now so that we'll never have to ask your permission for anything again.
Oh
Hey
my
folks, thank
God.
you so much for watching. If you
Yeah, pretty much. Freedom Tunes. Give them a follow. I mean, we're very small. Seamus is huge. So he does not. But still, I like to give people credit where credit is due. Anyway, let's finish this video with one last meme. Less of a meme, more of a tweet. From Ian Miles Strong. Has anyone performed a wellness check on Black Rifle Coffee? How are those traitors holding up? By the way, they threw Kyle under the bus. They threw everybody in the
Yeah.
bus just because we.
Yeah, they did.
Just
Yeah,
because
they
we
did.
said Kyle
And-
deserved a fair trial.
Yeah, and on a podcast, one of the guys from BRC actually said, really said some mean things about Kyle. Called him some mean names. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember listening to it, and I was like, "Yo, I'm not buying their coffee anymore because this kid was defending himself. Come on, this young man."
I never bought Black Rifle to begin with. I mean, I still like my coffee, but I was not a big coffee drinker before I heard Black Rifle coffee, and by the time I actually did get into coffee, Black Rifle made those comments.
Right. Yeah, well, I am wondering if they have any comment on this. They haven't made any comments yet. I don't
because
think.
they were proven false in a court of law. Once again, the court of law said that Kyle Rittenhouse is not guilty on all charges.
Meanwhile, the talking heads on left-wing media continue to spout their garbage, saying, "Oh, he's a miscarriage of justice. He's a white supremacist." All this garbage that's false.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
he murdered. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't murder anyone.
Don't worry. Kyle's going to get very, very rich off of this. Let them keep talking. The more
speaking
they
of-
talk, the more money he gets, and you'll be like, he will put Sandman to shame.
Well, final comment. That's actually about Sandman. Sandman's actually going to be on Hannity tonight, talking about Kyle Rittenhouse.
Let's see what that neocon has to say. Probably later because I don't have cable.
Hey,
so I gotta.
Hannity has the biggest radio program currently airing.
I was
Okay.
talking about Sandman.
Oh, you think Sandman's a neocon? I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything he has to say about anything.
The few stuff he has said, a bit more on the neocon side.
I haven't heard anything he has. I don't follow him on Twitter or anything, so I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, any final thoughts?
Praise the Lord for his divine hand that was on this case and this trial and on the jury. Also pray for the city of Kenosha and the whole country, because if there's riots in Kenosha, there will be riots everywhere.
Yeah. My last words are, thank God he's a free man. Let's get him counseling. Let's get him counseling. Let's get him back on the range because we're going to need him soon. We're going to need him. in his
And you know what?
experience.
You know what? With as rich as he's going to be, he can afford to fund his own militia.
Well, that's clearly a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Solomon Knight.
And I'm Ming.
The BLM and Antifa had set upon the town. They called it peaceful protest as they burned shit to the ground. A young man watching slapped his mag and chambered his first round. They ain't gonna loot no more.